Hey guys, Lex over here, and I just want to talk about a deal that we put together yesterday. So basically, this was a deal that came from a wholesaler, and initially, it's an interesting story because it's a wholesaler I know quite well, a friend of mine, and when I looked at the deal and I pulled it up in the property appraiser, the house said 2.2. And I looked at it and I said, well, in this neighborhood, I typically only pay about 105 for a 2.2, and I'll pay 115 for a 3.2. And they were adamant, no, this house is a 3-bedroom, and they even sent me a video to look at, but it was kind of unclear from the video what it was exactly, so I went with what the property appraiser said. So I went up there yesterday, and I went into the house, and I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, legitimate, 1-car attached garage, nice construction in a good area, and worth a lot more than I thought it was worth when I agreed to buy the house. So now I was looking at it as is. I bought this for 105, and I'm thinking as is. I could probably throw it on the MLS at 139, but I'm actually going to go through some comps to look at what it would be if I replaced the kitchen and put in new tile and redid the bathrooms and put it back on the MLS. Maybe I could get 170 for it, right? So kind of crazy to think that this deal came to me in an email. Right? I mean, imagine I'm just sitting here looking at my computer and an email comes in and I look at it and I go, they were asking, I think, 115. And I'm like, can you do 105? And they agreed to the 105. And, signed the contract, sent the deposit, and then 2 weeks later I'm closing at the attorney's office. And now I'm looking at this deal and I'm thinking, wow, imagine if I wasn't looking at my email that day. And that's what I want you guys to understand. I want you to comprehend that. On this deal, I could probably make $20,000 or $25,000 just by turning it over, by closing it and putting it back on the MLS, right? So make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand how to find a deal. Whatever city and state you're in, I don't care if you're in California or Chicago, New York, wherever you are. I want you to learn certain neighborhoods where you can understand pricing well enough to be able to know what you would buy a specific house for. So in other words, if I said, hey, tell me, if you're a student of mine, tell me what your target market is. Tell me what zip codes and subdivisions you focus on. And you told me I focus on this and this and this. I say, great. Now, I want you to tell me what's the average size house over there. Let's say it's a 1,200 square foot 3.2. I want you to tell me what you would pay per square foot for a house in that neighborhood. I want you to tell me what you would pay per square foot to rehab a house in that neighborhood. And I want you to know that answer, because if you know that answer, you know what houses are worth and what you can sell them for, then you know what to offer. And if you know what to offer, the only thing you're missing is leads. And leads are easy to generate. You can go on Facebook and make a Facebook campaign to motivated sellers. I do one that runs to 50 to 65-year-old people in the city and subdivisions we're interested in. And I get leads at a cost of about $50 a lead. Postcard campaigns that we mail out, our cost per lead is about $300. And on our text marketing, our cost per lead is only $10. So it can cost as little as $10 to $50 for a lead to be generated. So just run a Facebook ad at $5 a day, and you'll get a lead about once every 10 days, right? That's 3 leads a month. That might not sound like much to you, but with every lead potentially being $20,000 or $30,000, that can add up real quick, right? So just wanted to give you guys a little pointer for today about focusing on leads and talking a little bit about a deal that I just closed on. This is a good business to be in. If you want to learn how to do this professionally for a living, I'm here to help you. I'd like to help you. And I'll go ahead and drop a link below for a webinar that I'm doing right now that can show you how to get started.